Welcome back to Arsenic Culture, where beer don't count but bad decisions do. I'm Matt.
I'm Jason.
I'm Kendra.
And on this spill, we are going to take you back in time, and we're going to tell you all about a little Greek beverage known as Metaxa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
We'll say you are.
That's what it looks like. It's like Metaxa. I was like trying to come up with like these really like elaborate pronunciations, like Metaxe or something like that. But it's like Greek, and that's where like all language kind of like originated. So I'm just gonna go Metaxa. But I saw this in the store, and this is like one of those things that you kind of lay your eyes on, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is that?
I am drawn to that design.
Right.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah,
So you can see on this label here, if you're listening and not watching, you can tune in on our YouTube channel. You can see that label right there. That is actually plays into their identity. This little, they call
medallion.
it the Salamina Warrior Emblem. It's really cool. But this is like a standalone spirit.
Okay.
A lot of spirits, like you look at rum, you look at bourbon, you look at tequila. Everything has got like this huge, like not following, but like lots of people are doing it. Lots of people are into it. This is something that only these people do. They created their own spirit. So
there's nobody else in that category.
Nobody else is making this.
Damn.
Yeah, so Metaxa is a brand.
Okay.
It's also a type of spirit.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know many things like that. There's a couple.
I'm trying to think of anything like that. I don't know.
There's actually one more that I saw at the store. We'll do another spill on that one too. It's just kind of cool, like seeing these things. So I did a little research on it, and I thought it'd be cool just to kind of just dive into it. I've never had it before. Never even opened this freaking box. So
I've never seen it until now.
Yeah. Apparently the bottle is a really cool design too. We did a episode on
Orzo.
No, but this is actually I'll get into that.
We need our Greek friend Anthony on here with us. Yeah.
The only Greek friend that we have.
That's right. Nothing against Greeks. We just have one friend.
Kendra, remember your old boss Greek at the hair salon or something?
No.
Like years ago? Okay.
That was Bolivian. No.
Oh, Bolivian. Okay, well, don't tell her I said that. I don't want to get mixed up.
She'll never know.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah,
never
yeah.
know.
So, anyways, I'm going to hand this Metaxa or Metaxe over to you.
Metaxe.
I'm going to let you open it, and I'm going to give you a little background on it, and you can see how cool this is. This spirit was actually, the brand was founded in 1888 by a guy by the name of Spyros Metaxa. He was a Greek silk merchant and an adventurer. I love how people like have the title of adventurer, like that's like a job. It's like when we did the episode on Rudy Kurniawan.
Yeah.
And that Bill Koch, the billionaire.
Yeah.
Remember we were watching that documentary and listed his job and it just said collector.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Like, what do you got to do to get that job? Like, I want that job. Well, I guess if you look around here, I'm kind of a collector.
Yeah, we got some comments. So this is actually Matt's beer cellar we're filming
in. This is my beer cellar. I can't
see
show
some
you everything,
lambic behind Kendra there, and then you've got some older stuff over here behind me.
Yeah, maybe in a minute we'll just grab one and do a quick shot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he didn't like a lot of the brandy that was around during that time period, so he's like, fuck it, I'm going to make my own. He came up with his own unique recipe. It was blended aged wine distillates with sweet muscat wines from the Aegean Islands. And then he had his own like secret blend of herbs and spices, like Colonel Sanders style, you know, he's the KFC of Greece, I guess. That emblem, the Salamina Warrior Emblem on there, when they broke ground on that, I'm going to hand you my glass.
Yeah, I got you.
When they broke ground on their first distillery, they found that emblem as almost kind of like a giant coin, like a medallion, underneath the rubble of wherever like their place was. And they were like, this is so cool. And it just happening to find that, they actually turned that into their logo.
This emblem?
Yeah.
On the box.
It's on the top of the bottle and then on the emblem on the bottle too.
Yeah. And that was actually from the Battle of Salamis around 480 BC.
Wow.
Yeah. It's so cool that they found that and they're like, oh, it's probably worth more than, their distillery at the time, honestly. But yeah, that's how they're known now, is the Salamina Warrior Emblem. By 1900, they'd already been grown and were expanding and distributing to the United States. They added additional distilleries in Odessa and Constantinople. I love saying these. When we talk about stuff, we talk about cities and stuff. It's always like New York or like London. But it's like cool to say like Constantinople.
What's
the
that song?
Aegean Islands.
It's like something or Constantinople. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to that.
But it's cool bringing up these like seriously old world like areas, like parts of the world and stuff like that. The bottle design is based on the Amphora. So hold that bottle up, Jason.
Yeah.
When we did our Thanks, Vanna. When we did our barrel-aged episode, and we were talking about oak
Yeah.
and the different types of barrels, we were talking about what people put their liquids in before oak barrels were invented. The Amphora was actually a very popular vessel.
What is that?
It's like a giant clay jar.
Okay.
You think of I think back in the Egyptian times and stuff. Those big
Yeah.
jars.
Like you see them in the pyramids, they draw.
They were kind of shaped like that.
Okay, yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what the
Like
bottle
pottery.
design is. Yeah, it's what it's
Pottery.
based off. It's called the Amphora.
I think we can get that at the Pottery Barn. I'm pretty sure you can get those.
Yeah, you can actually get original
Yeah, they're
2,000-year-old.
Yeah, they're like
Amphoras.
$20 over there.
They mass produced them
It's on sale on Thursday, 10%
millennia
off
ago.
too.
Yeah.
You're good.
So they have a whole bunch of different types of Metaxa, and they're rated by stars. You can see this one's a 7 on there. There's 7 stars. They start at 5, and then they go all the way up to something called AEN. I actually don't know what that stands for, but the AEN is their most prestigious beverage, and it comes from a single cask. They call it Spyros Cask, named after the founder, and it's like a Solera. You know what Solera is, right?
I do. You save a little bit of back from other batches and keep blending through, right?
Exactly right. Over time, you end up you keep adding to it, and over time, you keep taking from it, but it becomes like this just blended, not homogenized, but just this ancient kind of beverage that's just been blended over years, but it always has a little bit of the original batch in it. So it ends up becoming really, really old and usually really good. I was looking up some of those bottles, their highest end ones, and I think they go for $2,500.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that.
Even now, the newer ones?
Yeah,
Damn.
you get them on auction and stuff like
Must
that.
be really
So-
single barrel stuff.
yeah, but obviously they're still making it because I just bought a bottle. We got the 7 here. And that Spyros Cask has been used for over 80 years to continuously blend and create more bottles. In 1989, they sold to Grand Metropolitan, which had later become Diageo, which you are familiar with them.
Yeah, I've never heard the other name. Grand
Metropolitan, I guess they got swallowed up. And then in 2000, they became part of the Remy Cointreau portfolio.
I saw that
That's
on the
where it is
back.
now. Yeah. So there's Metaxa 5 stars, which is a 5-year-old. There's a 7-star, which we have here. I think this might be their most popular.
Okay.
This is a 7-year-old. It's a little more. It's supposed to be the most balanced one. They have a 12-star, which is going to be a little bit more mature, and that's a 12-year-old one. Then they got Grand Finet, which is very aromatic and very strong. That one they put in an actual collectible ceramic bottle. I guess a real Amphora.
Yeah.
The ones you buy from Pottery Barn. And then they got Private Reserve, which is their premium edition. It's supposed to be super complex. And then the AEN, which they pull out of the old Spyros Cask.
Do you know if they're all about the same proof? Did you see anything about that?
I think they are. I think everything is...
I feel like the only place it really matters for proofs here, right? Like with bourbon, everybody wants the 140 plus or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
Most things
the
are
only-
80.
Yeah, the only thing I'm not sure about is those higher end ones because I didn't actually see those. So the AEN, the Special Reserve, they may be
A little bit more.
like a cask strength kind of thing.
Okay.
But these things, they're all blended down to be standard. The 40% alcohol, like most
Have you
things
tried it yet?
No, have you?
Yes, me and Kendra been sipping.
You mentioned ouzo. They actually do an ouzo also, which I thought was
I
interesting.
think I said orzo, which is actually a
You did
pasta,
say
but
orzo. It's a type
We'll
of
just, we'll just edit that out.
pasta. No, we're going to keep that in there. What did y'all think of this?
I think it's really good.
I think it's really good too.
Yeah.
Do you drink brandy? Do you like brandy?
I've not had much brandy. I mean, it's not on my shelf necessarily, but I
Yeah.
do enjoy it. I
Yeah.
mean, I like sweet bourbons even. You know what I mean? I lean towards that. So I think it's really good.
Oh, that's interesting.
I've never really had anything like this.
So
It's very sweet.
we did Cavassier. We did a cognac, and cognac was something I really opened up to. I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I did. Cognac is a type of brandy, and I really enjoyed that. I like this too. This is sweeter though.
It is sweeter. It's very raisiny.
Yes.
In a really good way, like a very, very great raisin, but
I agree. I wouldn't just say a great raisin. I'd say a raisin.
maybe like a California raisin.
like the dancing ones.
Yeah.
They murdered them.
It's probably one of them. Yeah.
They just shoved them into their cask.
R.I.P. baby. Thank you though. It's very
he's holding
good.
up his cane. He's like, "Save me!" It is. It's sweet. It's very aromatic.
Yeah,
and
very.
it's got a nice body to it. What do you think, Kendra?
I would sip on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
I do think the only thing I'd say critically about it would be it's a little hotter than I would think for 80 proof. Like it's got a little kick to it, and
Yeah.
I'm usually drinking barrel proof bourbon, so
I was actually kind of surprised when I took that first sip. But this
I was
is my
too.
first drink of the day.
That's right, 'cause beers don't count.
Yeah.
But I think this open up too. It'd be really nice just sitting around in the evening like a brandy or
Yeah.
cognac, something like that.
So one thing people have tried to figure out is their collection of herbs and spices that they put into it, which is supposed to be a closely guarded secret. What do you think they put in this?
I mean, grapes. I got that.
Yeah, I mean brandy is great, distilled grapes.
Yeah.
But like, I almost wonder if that raisin is from the grapes, or maybe they like put real raisins in it. Like, it's a pretty strong raisin kind of profile, in my opinion.
It is. I don't know that I get like herbs from it, but
I don't either.
No,
maybe some type of bitter that's like very, very light running through the end of it. Maybe it's a little touch of that, but
like some people have said anise, but I don't even get that.
no, I'm pretty sensitive to that flavor too.
Well, it's just like back then, like ouzo and the stuff that we tried like 20 of them, and it's like everybody used anise back then.
Yeah, and
so
they're pretty prominent.
They're
too.
super potent.
Yeah,
You know what anise is like.
Honestly, that was one thing that I thought of.
Really?
You think
That's
it
the
is?
little
Okay.
dried, like, little thing that you see in cocktails sometimes.
Yes, and they're kind of like star shaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Okay, well that's great because that was super prominent back then. So that would actually make sense if you pull that out. Like everything fucking used anise back then.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And
It must have just maybe it covered up some flavors. You think about it. I mean, it's so
It had to
strong.
have.
You know.
It was a very potent potable.
Yeah.
But I enjoy this.
I even
thought
feel
this
like I
was
taste like a little orange bitter or something in it too.
I could get. I get the bitters, something bitters on there.
Almost
I
like
think
an
what this
orange
shows is
peel
that Kendra
kinda.
has a much better palate than these damn ones. We're
trying
just
to
gonna go
figure it
for
out,
her
and
for
she's already
tasty
picked it out.
notes. And
Yeah.
we'll agree. Oh yeah.
Spyros Metaxa from 1888's looking at this episode and he's like, God damn, she figured it out. Like, we got to change our recipe now. She's going to send us a cease and desist and tell us not to release the episode.
Crack the code.
Yeah, so I like this. This is
I do too.
Yeah.
And one more thing, that song I was thinking about is in Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Okay.
That was from a 50s song. I looked it up.
You looked it up.
I did. I had to look it up.
Okay, well that means that I talked too long.
Yeah.
So then we'll go ahead
all
and wrap
good.
this up. If you enjoy this, then please share it. If you didn't, then keep drinking until you do. For more Arsenic Culture, you can check us out on all the socials. We are at Arsenic Culture,
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
and we'll see you on the next one.